Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Aditya here. Today we are going to continue our comprehensive AWS sessions. In our comprehensive AWS course, we have already covered previously AWS IAM roles and resource based policies. Now we are going to continue with the configurations of Lambda. The another important aspect is logging and monitoring. So, in the case of logging and monitoring, what are the different types of aspects are there or services are there? I'm going to discuss in this session. So the first thing is logging. So in logging, right, in AWS Lambda, we know, right, where we are logging our logs. So when it comes to logging, we have already seen Lambda storing logs in CloudWatch. Okay, so we are using CloudWatch to store our logs. And the permission to store logs in CloudWatch has been provided to Lambda by execution role. If you observe the basic execution role, earlier what we have discussed is the Lambda basic execution role, right? So in the Lambda execution role, you have a permission, right? An IAM policy attached there for the Lambda to access CloudWatch. Lambda to access CloudWatch, we have attached a permission. So by using that permission only, Lambda was able to store logs into CloudWatch. Okay. And if you see your Lambda was failing to send logs to the CloudWatch, then you need to ensure that that Lambda's execution role should have the IAM policy attached. So that IAM policy, why we need to attach to authorize Lambda to write logs to the CloudWatch. So CloudWatch is an AWS service and Lambda is another AWS service. From one AWS service to access another AWS service, one which wants to access another AWS service, it should need an execution role to write its logs to the CloudWatch. And we are good because any managed service, any managed Lambda execution role, if you take basic execution role or SQS execution role or SNS execution role, which are managed roles provided to Lambda, by default they have this CloudWatch logs permission also. So are containing this authorization for writing logs into CloudWatch. So all the managed roles should comes with this permission. So this permission is to allow Lambda to write its logs to CloudWatch. So this is about logging, and this is a straightforward thing. We have already seen the CloudWatch logs in Lambda so many times. So moving to the next part, that is metrics. So what are metrics and what kind of metrics available in Lambda, we will see now. And when it comes to metrics, right, the statistical information about the Lambda processing and it time taken, those kind of things, right, how much CPU it consumes and how many successful executions and failure executions. So those kind of things we call it as metrics. So these metrics usually you can able to see in monitoring section in Lambda. So in Lambda itself, you have a monitoring section. In that monitoring section, you can able to see metrics of the Lambda. But these metrics are nothing but which are from the CloudWatch. So you can able to go to CloudWatch and able to see those metrics in CloudWatch also. So the metrics which are available in Lambda's monitoring section is also available in the CloudWatch also. You can able to go CloudWatch and see, or you can directly go to Lambda monitoring section and see those metrics. So what are the items or what are the things that could be included in the metrics are number of invocations. So for example, a Lambda in a particular 24 hours, how many times it got invoked, those number of invocations and time taken for Lambda to complete. So how much time it taken to process our code, right? Usually we call it as duration. So the duration information and also the concurrent executions. If it is an asynchronous way of executing Lambda and multiple calls are getting to the Lambda to invoke it. So multiple Lambdas has been invoked parallelly. and those will be run in concurrent fashion. So how many concurrent execution happen to that particular Lambda? The next point is success rate. So upon 10 executions or n number of executions, how many number of successful executions happened and how many number of failure execution happened. From that we will get the rate, success rate and error rate, and also throttles. Okay. And if it is an asynchronous invocation, right, async execution delivery failure, if any failures happen in that async execution delivery, those information will be displayed in the metrics section. And finally the iterator is, so usually iterator you can able to see in Java or this kind of programming languages, right, Java, C++, this kind of programming languages to iterate or loop over an stream of values, right? But when it comes to AWS, what are the streams available? If you are able to recall in Lambda, right, or in AWS, when it comes to streams, we can able to imagine, we can already discussed Kinesis data streams and also DynamoDB data streams. So if you haven't heard about it, so usually these streams are available in AWS. One is Kinesis data streams and another one is DynamoDB data streams. So in that stream, we have a sequence of values or elements and you have to process them one by one. So in that case, you need an iterator, and this iterator is also a metric when it comes to Lambda, right? And that information also displayed in this metrics section of Lambda. Okay. So in short, Lambda provides metrics, and this metrics information we can able to find out in the Lambda monitoring section and also the CloudWatch console. Okay, and moving to the next topic, that is tracing. Yes, what you had is correct. In AWS Lambda, you can enable tracing also. So for enabling tracing, you need to follow few steps, and those steps we will discuss now. So we can enable tracing in Lambda by using X-ray. So here the service we are going to use is X-ray service of AWS. So by using this X-ray service of AWS, we are going to enable tracing. In Lambda configuration section, right? In Lambda we have a configuration section, and if you go to that configuration section, you can able to enable this X-ray tracing. So you will have an option and you have to make that X-ray tracing as active so that Lambda was ready for the X-ray tracing with configuration level. And after configuration, you need to know what is happening now. So once you made the X-ray tracing as active, what will happen, right? Lambda in the behind the scenes runs X-ray thread. We call it as X-ray daemon thread on behalf of us. So Lambda is ready for the X-ray tracing. So we need to tell the Lambda to take traces, right? So what are the traces it has to take? So that information we will provide in the code. So to add tracing, we need to use AWS SDK in the code also. That means not only enabling configuration in Lambda, and also you have to add AWS SDK code in your code so that your code will tell this is a trace and you have to monitor. So that Lambda will monitor the trace information. Okay, so in the code we have to use tracing AWS SDK. And after that, finally, you need to ensure the Lambda having X-ray access. So that can be provided by a managed execution role, that is AWS X-ray daemon write access role. So this is a managed execution role available in the IAM roles. You can leverage it. So you can able to see that you have to do three things. One is you have to make the Lambda ready for tracing. For that, you have to go to configuration, enable X-ray tracing. The second thing is you have to make your code ready. So Lambda is running a code, right? So that code you have to include your AWS SDK so that SDK will help Lambda to figure out, trace the information. And the third thing, you need to add a managed role, execution role to the Lambda So to get access to the X-ray service. For that, you need to attach AWS X-ray daemon right access. Even if you have an existing role, you can add this permission to it, but you can reuse the existing role also. Okay, that is about how you can enable tracing. And if you want to communicate with X-ray through Lambda, right? Inside the Lambda, if you want to communicate with X-ray, you can able to use these following environmental variables to get different informations about the X-ray service inside the Lambda. So here, if you see one environmental variable that is underscore x underscore Amazon underscore trace underscore ID, so it contains tracing address. And if you want to know about tracing address, you can able to use this. And also if you want to know about context missing thing, by default which will log errors only, so errors will be traced, and you can change this thing also. And finally the important one is the X-ray daemon address. So this environmental variable usually gives you the daemon IP address and port, so in which IP it is running and what is the port which was the daemon thread is running, right? These kinds of information you can able to find by using these environmental variables. Okay, so that's about tracing, and you can enable tracing in AWS Lambda. Okay, until now we have covered a theory about monitoring in Lambda, so we'll see the hands-on. So I'm opening my previous Lambda function, that is test Lambda, which was already there. And to go for the logging, right, we have already seen in the monitoring section, you can able to see what are the available monitoring options. Okay, so you have your CloudWatch logs where you can able to find the log information, and also you have this CloudWatch metrics where you can able to see the metrics of AWS Lambda. Okay, so first we'll go to the logging, the first topic, right, that is logging. So when it comes to logging, so it's better to go to CloudWatch to get better visibility. And you can able to see your log streams. These are all your log streams, and if I open the latest one, you can able to see the logs. They need the request ID and end request and what is happening here. So just the log here. And if I, so this is your application logs. Okay, so this logs contain all your application information, execution information. Now logging is a straightforward thing. We'll come to the metrics. So this is metrics, right? In this monitor section, you can able to see this CloudWatch metrics for Lambda. So here you can able to see at what time you want to see, and also the time zone also. Okay, and as we discussed in the metrics section, you have invocations. How many times it got invoked? 10 times in a week, right? In 1 week it invoked 10 times. And also you can able to see duration. So one is ran for this much time, and this is average duration. Okay, and also we have success and failure percent. So we have success percent which is 70%, and we can able to see we have more failure percent to this function. So we have some failures in this function also. And throttles, so I think throttles means if we reach the Lambda limit. For example, if you reach first 1 million records, then you have a breach root throttles, right? Lambda limits that information. And total concurrent executions, how many executions happen to this Lambda. So for this 1 week we have only did one concurrent execution. That means we are not doing any asynchronous invocation to this Lambda. But if you do some asynchronous invocation, the number might be more. Okay, and async event is received. These are all new topics. And also you have async delivery failures and iterate raise when you are working with streams. Yep. So this was about the metrics, right? The CloudWatch metrics. This is how you can able to see your metrics, and we have already covered logging. Now we'll go on to the third point, that is tracing. So how to enable tracing in Lambda. So go to configuration section. In the configuration section, you will have an tab called Monitoring and Operation Tools. In this section, if you can able to see in the additional monitoring tools, right? Current logging configuration is CloudWatch, and in the additional monitoring tools, you can able to see X-ray active tracing. So you can enable this by clicking on this edit. So if you can click on this edit, you can able to see AWS X-ray, and here it is giving some description to X-ray, and you can able to do active tracing. So if I click on active tracing, what will happen is AWS X-ray service will run on behind the scenes, and Lambda will execute the daemon behind the scenes. So what we have to do, we have to enable this tracing. So we have already enabled it, and click on save. That's it. So once you click on save, you can able to see here X-ray active tracing enabled. Okay, so we have enabled the X-ray, and 1 minute I will go back, and if you see this permission, no, if the execution role doesn't have required permissions, for example for X-ray daemon access, do you remember we need to have X-ray access, right? So if you don't have that access, what it will do for the filtering monitoring tool, the Lambda will attempt to add the permission to the role. So here the good thing is you don't need to add that X-ray daemon manager role, because Lambda itself add for you. Okay, and we'll see whether Lambda was able to add that or not by going to the permission section and in the role name, right? If you click on here, and it will go to that role, and we'll see what are the policies attached to that role. And you can able to see, right, it was attached by basic Lambda execution role, and also AWS Lambda trace access execution role, which will help us to put trace segments and put elementary records to the AWS X-ray service. So on behind the scenes, it executed it added this tracing execution role to our Lambda. Okay, so we're good. The 2 points what we have discussed, one is enabling and also adding tracing execution rule, right? And finally, in the code, we need to add AWS SDK, and I am not going to change anything here. I am just going to click on it. That's it. Okay. But usually, if you are using some pom.xml or those kind of times, right? This is a straightforward Java code. But whenever you are using some dependency manager, don't forget to add AWS SDK into it. Okay. Since this is simple code, we are fine. Now we'll go to the AWS X-ray service and see how our traces look like. Yes, this is our X-ray service. Opening it, and it will take a while to open. And you can able to see, right, we have our tracing enabled here. So this is the client. If I click on the client, it will show the metrics, and we can click on the view traces, run the query, and as of now we don't have any traces here. We'll go back to the CloudWatch. There is something happening to this UI. Okay, look, we have our Lambda context. I am preferring the old view itself. That is better. The new view is not good. Yeah. So we have our client, and also we have our Lambda, and how much time it executed. Right, all the success. As of now, there is no issues. So we can enable these things, and we can enable these things. So these are the different options. You can play with it. But yeah, so here in this console, you can able to see your traces information. So which takes response time is 244 milliseconds and 100%, and zero throttle, zero errors, zero faults. So all the tracing information you can able to see in this map, and you can able to find out. Yep. So thanks for watching my video. If you like my video, like, share and subscribe, and let me know in the comments if you want to learn more topics.